screens. And what I was trying to explain from the first beginning, when I took the first shot, for some reason it was so close up. I was like, what the heck is going on? So I had to make sure I took the shot again, did the video again, so that way I can get a distance, because I need that close and distance. I don't like to be right up on top of the screen. I like to be at close and distant, so I can show you exactly what the screen looks like from far away. So, as I told you before, that when we develop these black screens, one of the tests, and the hardest test, that one of these screens have to be able to perform is they have to be able to show the difference between different black surfaces. I showed you that demonstration when we did the display on the black fabric, black t-shirt. You have to show a particular high white level. Any black surface, and I said this many times before, any black surface can produce a contrast level. The problem you're going to have is, can it see white light? That's one of the things we realized when we saw the UV mix. It doesn't have the ability to see white light. So in this demonstration, that's a test board right there. We have our product here, which is painted on that screen right here. And this is everyday black house. All right, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. I don't know why the booster's acting up. I mean, but at the end of the day, we'll figure it out. Probably have to reset it. So we're going to take this screen and paint it, and we're going to put this against this surface right here. Now, like I said, we have to test this surface against chalk paint, black paint, vinyl, just about everything you can think of, because at the end of the day, if we're doing business with a company and the company says, hey, well, look, I can just go out and just basically buy myself some black paint and do the exact same thing in your demonstration. All right, so this is what I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to show you also, too, how Pro 1176 is taking black paint and claiming it to be our product. Because as I said before, our screens react differently because there's a heightener technology embedded in the surface. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to begin. Now, I have to make sure the screen is thoroughly dry, because if this stuff hits my screen, this could cause a bad reaction to my screen, which means it causes my screen to have a dirty mark on it. So we're going to paint this surface in right here. Now, it doesn't make a difference if we're using a roller or if we're using, let me put you guys this way. I need to paint this thing the right way. Doesn't make a difference if we're using a roller or brush. The surface has to be able to show a white level. And as I explained to you before, many times in demonstrations, and you know what I am, I back things up. I don't play around with this. And as I said before, if we're going to do a demonstration today, doing bare silver screen and other great screen products against Crow's mixes, then it's only fair that I do a demonstration of a black paint painted on our product showing white levels. So I'm going to put you guys right in here. I'm going to try to tuck you guys in here between this and this so you can get a look at this. All right. Some black paint. See, it's very dark. And it doesn't make a difference if you put it on with a roller or paintbrush. It doesn't make a difference. We just need for the surface to be able to display its white levels. As I told you before, at the end of the day, that black paint can't produce, everyday black paint can't produce a white level due to the fact that there's nothing in it to make it to see white light. And also, as I said to you before, that Crow 1176 has been doing this over and over again to our product, taking black paint and trying to claim it as our products. Also, the answer to Crow's black screen, let me explain something to you. These are the tests you're going to have to do. So, starting today, you will match the first test demonstration by the Phantom. Black versus black, which means you're going to have to take black paint, put it next to your screen, and show a higher white level. Black fabric, black vinyl, and on and on and on. Then after that, tomorrow, we will do an 18 screen certified. I will give you time to collect your screens so that we can do the live demonstration. After that, you have to do a 5 screen certified, which you have to get 5 of the elite screens, ceiling and light rejection, Vivistorm, do those demonstrations. Mind you, color patterns, contrast patterns, and also 2 white levels. You must display this at a 190-degree viewing angle at around 13 feet back. You also must acquire this also too on a 1,000 lumen projector, and it must be done also too when certified long distance throw must be done at 22 feet back. Fully lit environment with a meter actually present. Your meter readings are going to have to be higher than 300. Are we ready? So when we do those tests, if you're going to claim yourself making a black product, you're going to have to pass the test. Anybody can come out and say, hey, look, I can take this black paint. I can do the exact same thing. Well, no, you can't. That's the reason why our product sells for what it does. We got test demonstrations backing it up. But like I said, if he can't complete a simple basic challenge for what our screens are designed to do. This is a 13 feet back. It was supposed to be a challenge yesterday. We gave it to him twice. That's a basic test for our screen paints. They have to do that in order to get that label. If you can't pass that test, that means, bottom line is, how are you comparing yourself to our product? A final test for a black screen is to display a white level outside at 1,000 lumens. That's the test. We already know it can pull contrast. It has to pull a white level, just like we did yesterday on both screens. The Phoenix has already passed that test. The Phantom's already passed that test with no problem. That's why we're able to go outside, take this projector, blend your screens into a screen that was displaying a white snowstorm at 14 feet back on 1,000 lumens, because they're used to doing that. Where you skipped that demonstration, avoided the challenge altogether, because you can't do that. So how are you comparing yourself? So I think it's fair today. If I'm going to do a demonstration with bare silver screen, it's going to happen today. Bare silver screen primer. We're going to go to Home Depot and Lowe's. We're going to stock up on all these great screen paint products and do a side-by-side next to your products on contrast levels to see which one pulls the same contrast levels, or do they all pull the same thing? If there's any difference whatsoever, then it's only fair that I do this demonstration. Don't you agree? All right, then. So you must be thinking, well, if Ken is going to come out here and do this demonstration, he must have done this already before. I have done this before. More times than you could possibly count. I have done this before on so many levels, because every time we sign a contract with a company, I have to display one of these demonstrations. So I know what my product can do. Well, we'll see today. We'll see today. You can back it up as you can't back up a basic distance throw. And keep in mind, Crow, so you can understand this as I'm doing this right here, that demonstration done outside is also an ambient light rejection test also at the same time. Because if a screen can pull up outside at 1,000 lumens at 13 feet back, inside the house is a cakewalk for it. That's another test that's actually displayed, which you failed also too. Now, once we complete this test today, we will show that Crow is not only taking black paint and trying to claim it to be our product, he's also faking his demonstrations. See how dark this paint is? Black paint. Not only that, we're going to test this on one of the darkest screens we have. Because I figure if we're going to do a demonstration, let's do it on the blackest screen we own, which is the Phantom. And the Phantom has heightener technology embedded into it to allow it to be able to read white light. Now, I have some people sit there and go, well, Ken, you're doing this with a paintbrush. It's going to change. No, it's not. You know, not. Please be careful when you speak. Really do. You know I'm a person who covers everything. Don't do that. Don't embarrass yourself. Like I said, you see me go through my archives. I've got videos for days on test demonstrations on every level you can think of. I actually did a demonstration. One side painted with a spray cannon, one with the roller, and one with a paintbrush. Did it already. Been there and done it. All these questions you ask, you've been there and done it. I don't skip over my demonstration, so it's nothing new. And as I said before, these are tests I have to do every day, every time I acquire a large contract for my company. and a company's willing to drop about $8,000 or $9,000 into my banking account, they're going to ask at the end of the day, hey, maybe we can save some money. We can just paint this ring black with black paint and do the same thing. And this is where I have to come and do this demonstration. So this is something I've already done already. Not new. I do this all the time. All right, let's let this dry. Ooh, this is wet. I don't want to mess up anything in here. My walls are blown light in here. Make sure it doesn't hit my walls. And this stuff washes off pretty good. Anyway, it should wash off pretty good. All right, so we're going to put that on the fan right now. I'm going to let that stuff dry right there. When that dries, because I don't want that laying against my screen, and you'll see why. Because that's everyday paint. That stuff hits my screen, what's going to happen is going to cause these black marks all over my screen, because my screen has a heightener technology embedded into it, and you're going to see where any area that doesn't have the heightener in it, it's going to pop up all over my screen, and I'm not wrecking my screen. There's the paint right there, so you can see that's an actual black paint right there. Oh, crow. See, I tell people this, look, you know me. When I do stuff like this, I don't show it off right away. People are like, why didn't you show it? No, I never do that. I never ever do that. I told you the shovel scenario. The shovel scenario is, I'll let you dig a big enough hole, and then later on, when you're deep enough, I'll come back and hit you in the back of it with the shovel and bury you in. I told you that. I do that to everybody. I let them go in there and throw their trash and run your mouth, 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 run your mouth. And I just sit there and go, wonder how deep it's going to dig this hole. And then I come in and bink, hit you in the back of the head. All right, you guys sit there and look at the white screen. I think I got to reset my Fire Stick because right now it's having some problems. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're waiting for the screen to dry because, like I said, I don't want it against my screen with it being wet with that black paint because I don't want it to basically disrupt my screen. So that has to dry, and then once that's dry, we'll put it up there. Now. So you're saying, can you put the screen up there wet? No. That's a black phantom. You put black paint on that, that screen will automatically turn dark anywhere you put that black paint at. I'm not going to damage my screen for some everyday black paint. I'm not worried about the spinning wrap and some internet installing right now, so don't worry about that. As I said before, this is the #1 reason you gotta stop doing these fake demonstrations. Because like I said, at the end of the day, when you do dumb stuff, I will watch you keep doing the same dumb thing over and over again, and then I'll come in and do something like this. Like when you done some demonstration about displaying a 19, painting it. First things first, as I said before, not only am I going to show you that screens have a heightener technology, but number two, I'm going to show you where Crow has faked every demonstration by using everyday black paint and never having our products at all. Screen's coming up, it's almost dry. Here's our partially wet screen we painted, the black one. Come over here so you can see that the screen is black. That's the one I just painted. Hope you're ready for this, bro. Bingo. You're an idiot. You think I'm stupid? Keep in mind, Crow, I'm a very thorough person about my testing. Extremely thorough. If you see the amount of testing that I do on my screens every day, live demonstrations, certified screens, everything. I run just about every test you could possibly think of under the sun. I even have to think of stuff sometimes to put my screens through vigorous testing. So this is how we know, at the end of the day, as I told you, when we sell our products to companies, and if companies want to order a large amount of paint from us, they can easily go at the end of the day and say, well, guess what? I can take the same thing, black paint, black fabric, black vinyl, and get the same results. No, you can't. Because the technology we design, our black screen paints, has a special coating, a heightener, that gives the screen the ability to be able to read and see white light. And not only that, levels of white light. If you're watching a black screen where it has a white screen in front of it, and you watch me bring the white screen up and down and up and down and up, and you're seeing a very, very thin margin of change, not thin margin, but a large margin of change going back and forth, where the screen's not dark, that's a red flag, and not red flag, sorry, that's an indicator telling you that the screen actually works. So I save these demonstrations for the last little bit when I wait till people do dumb enough stuff. Like when you sat there and called yourself making a black screen paint, you're an idiot. You don't know anything about making black screen paints or dark products. You don't understand anything about ambient light, or anything about light heightener technology. You know nothing about it. And the reason why is because your UV mix reacts the same way. That's how I know. But enjoy the demonstration. I'm not even going to go in. I'm not even going to remove any of the comments. I'm going to leave everything open. So you crow boys can get in there and chatter and look at this right here. Man, I'm going to ask you to some question. You got any milk in the fridge? You're going to need it because you're going to be choking on a lot of crow pie today. This demonstration is going to be posted everywhere. As I said before, at the end of the day, I do my work. I don't cut corners. I'm a professional in my field at what I do, and we don't do the things that Crow does. We don't basically cancel orders. We don't back down on challenges, and we can back our products up 100%. Told you at the end of the day that any black surface can see contrast. The problem you're going to have with the black screen, the most important part, it has to be able to read white light. If it can't read white light, there are going to be problems there with colors coming up too dark, too muddy, too dirty. That's what's going to happen. Crow, as you can see by this demonstration, we have also proved that for the longest time, you have been mixing a black paint substance and trying to claim it as our product. In April, I will see you in court. I told you, again, you better show evidence that our product comes up this dark. And if you can't, well, that's a $250,000 lawsuit you're going to get slammed with. Enjoy. With that being said, I have to go get back to work. Thank you for your time and God bless. And we'll do some other demonstrations. I got some more black paints I'm going to be picking up against the Phantom technology. Also, too, today we're going to be doing a demonstration, too, against Crow's products. We're going to be doing all different forms of gray screen paint to see how close they come up. Now, as I said before, you have to show a large difference between night and day. And you should be able to stand all the way back here at 18 feet and see a difference. Booyah. That's in your face, Crow. I'm trying to be professional, but it's in your face. It's big time. And by the way, that screen's darker than mine. But my screen pulls a high white level. Another thing you're going to have to figure out too is the black technology we developed. Oops, there we go. The black technology we developed, what shade is it? Because at the end of the day, you can't walk into, well, you can't go to Home Depot and get this stuff. You got to get this stuff flown overseas. By the end of the day, like I said, you know how many shades of black comes in? How many multiple shades of black? You can't walk into Home Depot and say, let me make black of paint. Like, what shade you want? You can't just take any black surface and say, oh, this is their product. I can look at some of the black screens I have actually seen. It's a screen called something called Try something. It's a weird looking screen. It's black. It's not the same color black my screen is. It's something else. It's a different shade of black. But I can't go out there and say, oh, all black screens are so and so and so. You're a complete idiot at the end of the day. You are. So you're thinking you can just take everyday black paint, paint it up, and claim it to be our screens. No, it doesn't work that way. I can come in here and paint this screen black, throw it against mine, and show that it's a different shade than my product, and also show that my product can pull a higher white level. All right, here you go. My screen is black. So not only do you have the wrong shade of our black screens, but you haven't even done a demonstration showing your product being able to produce a white level higher than a black surface. And at the end of the day, we're able to show that the entire time that you were just taking everyday black paint, put it into a container, putting our label onto it, claiming it as to be our product, doing fake demonstrations, calling us scammers, and saying that, hey, look, this is how their product comes up. Don't buy from them. Again, see you in court real soon. Gotta go. God bless.